So welcome back, and I'm Shahab Fazal, and we would be now practically doing the georeferencing. So if you would click onto QGIS, you would find that this kind of uh, map screen which would be displayed before you. If you recall, I said that this is the menu bar where you should be looking into and exploring into it. These are the toolbars. So today we would be starting with the georeferencing of map. So what I would suggest you that this is the space new empty project. I would double click here and it will appear like this. Uh, then I would ask you to go to the raster. If you recall, in my previous interaction with you, in the previous discussion, I explained you as to how you can do the georeferencing. If you recall, I said that we would be scanning a map to bring it into digital format. So here I have already scanned a map and it is appearing like this. Just a moment. It is the India map which we would be georeferencing, because this India map, it has coordinates. These are the latitude, these are the longitude that we would be georeferencing the India map. So that is what today's exercise is. And then, so here it is, the software is operational. So if you recall, I said that since it is the scanned map, so it is in raster mode. So here we would be clicking within the menu bar, the raster map, raster from the menu bar. It will pull down like this. Here there is georeferencer. So you need to click on it. It will appear like this. If you recall during our discussion earlier also that through PowerPoint I tried to explain that. Now practically we are doing this exercise. Then I said that you need to bring that India map over here. If you recall, we said that this is the map view and this is the GCP point table. That would be appearing in the bottom part and it is being separated by one line. So GCP table would appear here and map view would be here. So here the map would be appearing when we would bring that map of India over here. So what I would do, I would click here. It is about opening the raster map which we want to georeference. So what we have to do, opening the raster map so that it can be coming in onto the screen, so that within the map view, so that we can georeference them. Now there is another important thing. You need to make a appropriate folder where you would be drawing your data and you would be storing your data. So you need to have a folder, and the path to the folder should be known to you. For example, here when I'll click here, it will ask where. So I have stored it on the desktop, so I will go there. There is one folder like this and I have this, and I'll say open. It will appear like this. So my point which I want to highlight, that you need to remember the path, and if you do not know as to how, you just click the folder and right click the button on the mouse. There you can find the properties of that specific folder or that specific map. So this way you can do, you can know the path, and then very easily you can bring the data onto it. So this is the map which you want to georeference it. Now we all know that India is a triangular kind of geographic spread in the north as well as on the south. But both of them are in opposite way, where the Tropic of Cancer may be separating them into two parts. But what is the basic principle of georeferencing any map is that whatever is the map canvas, the GCPs you need to select from every corner. It should not be very close to each other. It should be spread to the entire canvas. Now if you look here, we should not take the, you can take, but I would suggest that we should take the coordinates within the India itself. You can take these 4 corners also. One might be in oceans, 2 might be in ocean, 2 might be in Afghanistan and China. But I would say that why? We can work with our within our Indian coordinates itself, so you can take. Although ideally we should have 4 corners if we are taking only 4 GCPs. So for example, first I would take the GCP over here. That you can zoom into it and put this way. You can zoom, put here, and you can zoom it, so it will come like this. Okay, so this is one, and when you will click here, it will go back to the original position. So I think that we should first take this one. So this is add point, so I'll click here, zoom in here. I'll take this is the add point, and I am putting the cursor over here, and this way it is coming as the east or longitude. It is 74, so I'll put the figure here 74. Now there is no decimal figures associated with it, otherwise we would have put the space in between decimals. So 74 degree, some minutes would have been there, we would put the space, but here it is only the longitude as 74, so we would put 74, and here it is 36. The longitude, latitude is 36, so I'll put 36, and when I'll say OK, it will appear like this here. So that is what the first GCP we got. Then I'll click here, zoom last, it will go back. Now another GCP, I'll zoom here, I'll go to the eastern part, and when you add GCP, and I think I'll take this one and I'll click here. This has 96 as longitude and 28 for latitude. So this way we have inserted it, and I'll click OK. The second GCP would be appearing here. Again, I would go to the last zoom, and then I'll take another GCP. First I will zoom in, I'll go here, I'll take somewhere in Odisha, and I'll take add point. I want to take this GCP, and the coordinates for it is 86 is the longitude, and latitude is 20 degree north, so I'll take 20. I'll put OK. The third GCP is appearing over here. I'll click here, it will go like this. So we have got 3 points now. Fourth, on this side, I'll just zoom into it, and I'll put here, and I'll say add. It will appear, it is somewhere here, and the longitude is 70 degree east, so I'll put 70, and 22 degree north, so 22 I'll put here, and I'll say OK. So this process is over. Now what I'll do, I'll click onto it where transformation setting is to be. So transformation type, I would say polynomial 1. If you recall, I explained you that what we mean, because since we have taken 4 GCPs, so it's only about polynomial 1. So transformation type would be polynomial 1. Nearest neighbor is OK. Now this is again interesting, very important, you need to see here. So here in the drop down, there are many, there can be many. For example, if you see here, there can be many. So what we want to do, we will take the WGS 84. So that you can do it from here. I'll see here. So this CRS is WGS 84. I'll take this. Now here I would say you need to, where this output raster map is to be saved. So I would say that this is okay. It is going to the folder which I want to, and you can name it as anything. I'm saying India GR georeference. Okay. And the next would be the compression. You put it, no. Save GCP, yes, you click it, save GCP. And also then you go down, you do not need anything. Load in GIS. So here I will click, and that way you would be getting the georeferenced map displayed in the map canvas. So you click this also, load in QGIS when done. So what we done into transformation setting, this is, without that the georeference would not be completed. So in the transformation setting, which I am drawing it from here, this is the button within the menu bar where you have to click on it, the transformation setting. The transformation type, as you recall, we have mentioned that polynomial 1 would be the, when we are selecting 4 GCPs, 3 plus 1, 4 GCP polynomial 1. If we would have taken 8, 7 plus 1, then we would have gone for polynomial 2. So this is one very standard transformation type which we take. We are taking only 4 coordinates, so polynomial 1. We will continue with the resampling method as nearest neighbor that is appropriate for this kind of georeferencing. There are many other options also, but we would suggest you that you continue with the nearest neighbor. There can be linear, cubic. These are all statistical things which go in the system. So without changing it, for this kind of georeferencing, it will be okay with the nearest neighbor. Then most important would be the target SRS. What kind of CRS which you want to select. We are selecting WGS 84. The details are appearing on your screen. That would be appearing, but we would be taking WGS 84. This is the output raster map where it has to be saved. So that is coming over here. I am also selecting the save GCP points, which, so that in future if we want again to use these GCPs, we don't have to do it again, it will be saved. And I am also selecting, I am keeping all other options. I am not doing any changes into it. I do not want in a PDF map or something like that, the report, etc., which is not required at this level. So I also want to have the georeferenced map appearing on the map screen. So I am selecting it, which says that load in QGIS when done. So these are important aspects which you need to understand and learn, and all of them is being done clicking on this transformation setting, which is very important after you put into the GCP points. And I'll say okay, so that way it is all done. Now what I will do, and this way we will have our map georeferenced. And now you see here, if you scroll down, if you move your cursor, it is appearing, the coordinates are appearing here. You see here. So this is how we have georeference. And what happens when you georeference it, you will find that it is tilted a bit. So this tilt suggests that the georeferencing has been done. So India is now georeferenced. Now what I will suggest you that we can have another map. You just go to any state map which has the coordinate. So I'll go here, raster, go to georeferencer, go back here. Here I would say I will take UP this time, open, and I'll take 4 points. So I'll take 1 point over here, zoom here. I'll go to this point, add point. It's this point, click. The coordinates are 29°. And if you, it's 78°, and here it is 29. So you need to be very careful that if you insert latitude figure over here and longitude figure over here, then it will be a some error would be there. So you put like this. I'll go back to here, and then I'll zoom into this part, and I'll take here where it is 84 longitude and latitude is 27. I'll put OK. Then the third one, again I will go back, zoom in. I'll take near Chitrakoot, so it will be somewhere here, and I'll take this, click here. The easting is 81 and northing is 25. I'll say OK, and then I'll go back to and again zoom in this part of Agra, add GCP over here, and the figure is 78 longitude and latitude is 27. I'll say OK. So this way we will have, then again the same thing, polynomial 1 is OK, nearest neighbor is OK, WGS 84 is OK, and it is also OK. Save GCP, load in QGIS, and I'll put OK. Then I'll say run, and this way we would be georeferencing it, and it will be appearing like this. Now that's again interesting. You see, we have georeferenced both the map, India as well as Uttar Pradesh. Now you see, this Uttar Pradesh has now come over India. That suggests that we have georeferenced it to perfect. Why? Because if you recall, you know that where is the location of Uttar Pradesh. And in this map, in this screen, Uttar Pradesh is appearing straight away over India where it is located. Now how it is possible? It is possible because both of them we are using the same kind of coordinate system. The CRS which we have used, the WGS 84. So all the parameters are the same. So these two maps, they come over each other. That is one very important benefit. We can deselect UP, if you deselect it, India, it will disappear. If you do, so it will disappear. So here in the map layer, if you deselect both of them, everything has gone, only GCPs of Uttar Pradesh is appearing here. Then what we will do, we will put India over here, and the GCPs, if you see here, very accurately they are on the India map because we have saved the GCPs also. And when you will click here, the Uttar Pradesh will come just top of India. So that is one very interesting but very basic exercise which we completed it. You need to do it again and again with the state boundary as well as India if possible. You practice this again and again. The only thing which I would like to point here is that if within the large scale map you might have decimal figure also. So there, when you are inserting the GCPs, you need to add space in between, and that will be good enough. So the exercise which you have to do is that now you should do one exercise on the topographical sheet, because that we would be using for digitizing. So I would suggest you that you should also do exercise yourself on any topo sheet map of any area of India. And you would find very interestingly that would also come over India, because we are using the same kind of coordinate system. So happy learning, and I hope that this exercise will give you a fair idea as to how you can do georeferencing. Now, one point which I would like to highlight here, that this is how we bring the non-spatial information, although it had the coordinate, but it was not georeference. So it was non-spatial. Now India map and Uttar Pradesh map, both of them, they have been georeferenced, and they have been georeferenced very accurately. And this is evident from how the Uttar Pradesh is over India map, specifically on its location. So that is what we wanted to do, and we have completed the georeferencing.